Let's listen to this BS of transracialism, which originally meant people that were adopted, like a black person adopted by a white family, or you know, a white person adopted by a black family. That would be like that was where transracial came from, transracial adoption. And now you got these like people that think they are, transracial, and the right wing has started to use it in order to try to make it seem like transgenderism doesn't exist.
What's up, guys? Aldo here with Prageru. Today I'm at UCLA to ask students about blackface and this new phenomenon of woman face. Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender but not transracial? Let's go find out. I want to show you a couple pictures of prominent figures rocking blackface and get your reaction to it. Is that all right?
Very interesting. I did not. Okay.
This is Rachel Dolezal, who was a president of a chapter of NAACP, who identified as transracial. She said that she was born in the wrong body.
After being outed, she was fired, but she is a person, yeah, she claims to be black, but she lies a lot, claims to have been abused by her parents, which is why she considered herself to be black, because she felt like that it was how slaves were treated, so she kinda clamped onto that, claimed she lived in like Africa and stuff, but her family says that's a lie. And this person is just a liar more than anything else.
And that she identified as black. This is Ted Danson at the Friars Club Roast in New York City. This is Sarah Silverman in blackface.
Horrible. Blackface is used to mock black people. There's no such thing as woman face. It's amusing how they did not create the word man face for trans men.
On her TV show. Yeah. What do you think of when you see these images?
It's not good. It's really bad.
Do you think people can identify as a certain race?
No, I do not believe you can identify as a certain race.
So do you think identifying as a different race is offensive?
This is a very good question. I think, I don't know. You can't become something that is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole life.
Right, because it's biological.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that people who claim transracial are making a mockery of real black people?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about woman face. Have you guys heard the term woman face?
No.
Have you heard this term?
Woman face is just something right-wingers created, and it's just BS.
So this is men who identify as women, and then they benefit socially and financially from many cases. Do you guys know Dylan Mulvaney?
No.
So he
Right, because trans people benefit from being trans. That's why in so many states they're passing laws against trans people, because they benefit from it.
Transitioned, and after he transitioned to a woman, he has millions of dollars in brand deals. You have Leah Thomas, who has William Thomas, ranked very low on the swimmer scoreboards. After transitioning, was #1 in the country.
It's bullshit to me that you reap benefits for something you're not.
I think that is a completely different story. Being transgender is something where you can genuinely be born with different biological features or whatever, and that doesn't contribute to gender or like societal norms at all. I think those are two completely different things.
Is woman face offensive?
I don't think that's woman face. I think those are people who were born in the wrong bodies, who are
Yep, there is no such thing, again, there is no such thing as woman face. It's just some BS right-wingers have created in order to try to pretend that they care about women, because in reality, right-wingers do not care about women whatsoever.
becoming themselves.
So if you can identify with a different gender, why can't you identify with a different race?
The biological side of it, because race has no biological connections whatsoever. It's purely based off of physical appearances.
I just asked you if it was biological. You said yes.
Is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole
Right,
life.
because it's biological.
Mm-hmm. Or I mean, sex has biological backings, but gender is not. Gender is a spectrum.
Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but it's not socially acceptable to be transracial?
I think that's like they're very different things. I think that like I don't know how to phrase this in a way, but
If right-wingers had the ability to take away every single right from women, they would, because again, in reality, right-wingers do not care about women whatsoever. This entire act right here is just an act.
That I would say like is
I wouldn't say I'm educated enough to have the proper definition of like separating the two.
But what about like how Rachel Dolezal, she said that she was born in the wrong body, that she really is black. Why is that any different than being born in the wrong body and being a woman or a man?
I don't know how to explain it, but I know that it is.
I feel like people, they have the freedom to do what they want.
Is that an endorsement of transracialism?
Kind of got me, huh?
Do you see the hypocrisy here?
I do see the hypocrisy, but I don't think the hypocrisy is like, I'm not trying, how do I phrase this?
Maybe it's like, if I want to be a drag.
The hypocrisy is right-wingers pretending to care about people only when it benefits them and they can use it against others. It's like when you talk about some issues and right-wingers are like, oh, well, it's like when you say, oh, we should, do something to help homeless people. And then right-wingers are like, oh, well, why don't we help black people first? Or why don't we help veterans first? Don't you care about these people?
Dragon, I can just be a dragon or something.
Why is it socially acceptable for people to identify as a different gender, but it's not socially